Hey, welcome again to another Retrotone Guitars podcast. I'm Josh, your friendly neighborhood guitar guy.
And I'm Bill, the guy who backs up your friendly neighborhood guitar guy.
Hey, we've got another episode today for you, and we're just going to go over a little bit of what we do here in the shop and the services that we offer. It's going to probably be a little bit shorter podcast than most of them, but we just kind of want to give ourselves, they usually call it a shameless plug, but we might call this one a shameful plug.
Yeah, well, say we have no shame.
We have no shame, so we're just throwing a shout out to our store and to ourselves. But Retrotone Guitars, we've been in business a little bit over a year now, and we are Northwest Georgia's premier source for used and vintage gear. So you say, well, what does that mean? Well, we have a lot of cool stuff, man.
Well, I have a few questions before we get started because some of you may know or may not. I'm actually one of the newest additions to the Retrotone shop here. How'd you come up with the name Retrotone? Where does that come from?
I was just sitting and all guitarists are in that quest for tone, the glorious quest for tone. I guess that's why guitarists change guitars so much over the course of their career playing time. And I was like, man, I want that retro sound. I want that retro tone. And I was familiar with like Silvertone and Magnatone and all the old guitar brands from way back. And I'm like, well, I want something retro. And I'm in the quest for tone. Retrotone, how about that? And then, it was originally going to be just for my guitar line that I was planning to build. And then my wife said, well, why don't you just name the store that? And I'm like, okay. I was going to name it something else like Etowah Music Company, but.
Yeah, I like Retrotone. It has more of a cool feel than Etowah.
Oh, yeah. And throwback to Etowah. Etowah was where I went to high school over in Alabama, and there was a guitar shop called Etowah Music, and then we had the Etowah Cafe up here, so I thought that fit. But Retrotone does have a better ring to it, better sound to it. I've had a lot of compliments on the name, and so that's how we got the name. But yeah, we carry high-end used and vintage gear. I mean, we've got Northwest Georgia's probably you won't find a selection around for at least 50 or 60 miles of what we've got. I mean, you'll have to go to Chattanooga, you'll have to go to Atlanta or Birmingham to find the kind of selection we got. And, we've got it right here in Armuchee, Georgia. We have a good selection of U.S. Fender Strats, of Gibson Les Pauls, of Martin Acoustics, Taylor Acoustics, and any of the other high-end brands. We carry the higher-end Takaminis. We have all sorts of stuff. I get what I can find, and I'm always looking for different guitars, high-end and vintage, to buy.
And the cool thing too, what I like about it, and what I've been telling people as they come in the shop here, is we're trying to be that guitar player's guitar shop. You feel comfortable coming in, getting your guitar gear, know what you look for. If you don't, we can help you and help you find it. And be that comfortable place that you don't feel awkward walking into and asking questions.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what I kind of shot for from the beginning. I didn't want to be just another run-of-the-mill music store with beginner-level instruments, cardboard guitars and stuff like that. I wanted to be the guitar player's guitar shop. And that's what we're known for around this area. We are the guitar player's guitar shop because we do have the best brands. We do have, a little bit better things. For the most part, we only have tube amps in stock, very little solid state stuff. And we specialize only in guitars and guitar accessories. Sometimes we'll have some PA gear, but, we don't do any other musical instruments because we want to be the best in the field that we're in.
That's one of the reasons that I come in and I feel so comfortable here, because it is, I know it's specialized, I know it's niche, but it is guitars. And when you want to come in and find out what's going on, we're the guys to help you get taken care of.
Yeah, it's like, a lot of customers tell me they're like a kid in a candy store when they walk in. You're not going to see any low-end budget guitars, for the most part in this shop. Now, occasionally I'll get some in on trade, and it's somebody wanting to upgrade their guitars. But, we try to get really good free love guitars. Right now I'm looking at a 1977 Martin D28 that is just sounds amazing, plays amazing. And that's the kind of stuff that, we like to have. I've had some really rare guitars come through. And maybe we can do a podcast on some of the rare guitars
I think that would be
that have come through.
I wanted to stop you and talk for a second and kind of branch off. I know we have some of our talking points we're going to hit, but do we carry just used guitars?
Yeah, Bill, I'm glad you brought that up. We do have a couple of lines, and it's just supplemental when our used selection and vintage selection gets kind of low, that I can pick up the phone and get some good quality instruments in here. The first line we have is vintage, and you're going to start seeing these in more and more hands and people in this area. For those of you who don't know about vintage guitars, they're a Trev Wilkinson project. So they have all Wilkinson hardware and Wilkinson pickups, and they're all solid body. Like the Les Pauls are made just like a Gibson Les Paul. They sound just like a Gibson Les Paul for about a third of the price, and they're unbelievably amazing. I've sold the vintage brand Tellys, I've sold the vintage brand Les Pauls, the 335s, the SGs, and they all sound really good.
We had one of their hollow bodies walk out the door today.
Yeah, and the customer was just amazed at how well it played and how well it sounded. And for the price, you cannot beat them. You don't have to upgrade the pickups. Like if you buy, another lower end brand that a local store here carries, you're going to have to change the pickups on them, because the guitars are good and well manufactured, but the pickups are garbage.
Yeah, the electronics are not always what we would consider what our premier pickups. We'll put it that way.
Well, that's the thing with these Wilkinson pickups. You don't have to change pickups if you don't want to. You can leave it as is. I've had several players that used to play out in the out in the locale here, and I would call them almost semi-professional, because they did it every weekend. They got paid. They're really good, and they've brought me their Fenders, Strats and Tellys, and they're like, "Hey, I like these vintages so much. I want you to trade me."
That's exactly what happened. What was it? My days are getting mixed up. 2 business days ago.
Yeah.
The gentleman brought in a Fender American Strat. If I'm not mistaken.
No, it was a Les Paul Studio.
That's right, it was.
Yep.
And he tried the Lemon Drop that had the vintage with the Relic vintage.
Yeah.
Lemon Drop. Played it.
No, it was a Strat. You're right. It was a Strat. It was the Deluxe Strat that he brought in.
That's right. The American Deluxe Strat. He played that, and before we knew it, we were trading a Stratocaster for a vintage. And
Yeah. So that tells, that gives credit, and that's happened at least 4 or 5 times that I can think of. Sometimes I'll trade them 2 vintages for a Fender or a Gibson, and then give them some boot, But these instruments are affordable, and you get bang for your buck. The second instrument that we carry new is the Blue Ridge line of acoustics.
Also very good guitar. We have one hanging over the rack over there that I've kind of fallen in love with a little bit. It's got a little bit more. It's one of the older models, but it's an acoustic, and I just love the way it plays and sounds.
Oh yeah, man, they do a really good job. China's come a long way, and the vintages are not made in China. They're made in like North Korea and I think Vietnam and Indonesia. But the Blue Ridge, they are definitely made in China, but you can put them up. There's professionals that play them. Jimmy Capps is one of them. He's an old school. I think he was part of the Wrecking Crew out of Nashville.
I believe so. It's one of those. It's an affordable guitar that you're going to get a professional level out and not break the bank. Yeah,
exactly. Where we love our Martins, don't get us wrong, but there's just some people with the budget out there that just can't afford a high-end Martin. Well, that's where the Blue Ridge comes in, and it sounds and it has the tone, because I don't know how they get away with it, but they're made really close to the old pre-war Martins, and they sound great.
Okay. Yeah, and I will tell you, just like what you said, that we love. I found very few guitars that I've not found something that I love about them. That's the cool thing about this job, and that goes to the next brand that we carry new. Um, we make Retrotone guitars as well.
Yes, yes, we do. I've built so far to date. I've built about 5 guitars, I believe, and I've only sold one, but we've got our Retrotone line, and
That means we do have layaway. We do take credit cards. We take debit cards. Subtle hint: you're not going to get a better custom built guitar, American handmade. And right now we're kind of focusing on Telecaster, but if you have something you want, bring it in. We can get you taken
or
care
just
of.
just come in with an idea and tell me what you want, and we can make it happen for you. And I mean, we use great tone woods. The necks are amazing. All the electronics are my custom design electronics, and we can really, really, really make you a wonderful instrument for a pretty good price.
That's where I'll take in. As you see, I'm the shameless plug guy. Where he may be a little more hesitant, I'm saying, well, we are that good. I wouldn't stand behind something that I wasn't proud of.
Yeah.
But we have.
Yeah. How many times has my number one tried to walk out the door? Everybody.
When I first walked in the store, that was the first guitar I asked the price on. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the price on that one?
Yeah, and I hate to tell people that I tell them, I said, that's the first one that I build. I can't sell it because I want to keep it, because that's it's my number one build, but it's my number one guitar that I play too. But I spent 3 long days looking at nothing but pictures of old 1950s tellies, and really trying to go after that look, to try to get the look and the feel. And if you see it from a distance and don't look at the headstock right away, you'll think it's a Fender, telly from the 50s. I mean, it looks the part. And it sounds the part too.
It has the sound, and then what I liked about it, what caught my eye to start with, is it had the old ashtray pickup, the bridge cover.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I just liked it. And kind of bridging into that, it's one of the things where not only is it a great instrument, but we've got great guys behind these instruments been built in. It's you, I, and one other gentleman, and between the 3 of us, we have over 50 years of experience in guitars.
Yeah, over 50 years combined experience. I'm the new guy, kind of the newcomer, even though I own the shop. But I just when I get into something, man, I go in neck deep, and it's either sink or swim. And thanks to all my good customers and all the good support of the community, we've done fairly well even through the coronavirus pandemic and everything. And I thank God for that, and thank Him for blessing this business, and thank my customers for helping us. And man, I tell you, I love the folks that I deal with, my customers every day that come in, my regulars, and we just have a good time. So anytime you're in the area, we're at 5427 Martha Berry Highway. We moved to the new location. Just come out and pick, man. Just grab a guitar and hang out with us for a little while.
And one of the things I like about it is going back just what you said. I'm not the experience, but I like being able to look a customer in the eye, tell them what's going on. I know what's going on. And you're going to deal with the same person throughout the process. When you're getting something built, it's going to be us, the same people. Same people that manage sales, builds. We do it all.
Yeah.
We're a small home, family-owned shop.
Yep, that's
you
correct.
Know what you're getting when you come see us.
Exactly, and not only that, we're disabled veteran owned. Shameful plug there. I gave my own plug, but yeah, I mean, we're just a little guys trying to make it. You could go to Guitar Center, or you could go to Sam Ash or Ken Stanton up in Marietta. But hey, guys, we probably have what you want here for a lot cheaper than what they got, and you're going to be just as satisfied. Plus, you're going to get local service from some 2 hometown good old boys, and not some guy that seems like they rotate personnel every couple of months at those stores. And
I don't want to speak ill of any other business, but I have been in a shop or two where I didn't have confidence in what the people were telling me.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. Well, you know, in those bigger chain stores and stuff, they hire young folks. They don't hardly pay them anything, and they might be good guitarists, but you know, they may not have the knowledge. And I don't know what their structure's like as far as educating them, but you know, we're doing this. We love what we do. All we eat, sleep, and breathe is guitars. I mean, like literally last night, I couldn't go to sleep, and I was doing like a boogie woogie beat and like thinking up lyrics in my head and how a riff should go. I was like kind of in the stages between awake and asleep, and I was just and tapping on the side of the mattress. And I was like, oh yeah, I could. And I'm like, we need to play this.
Well, it's like I told you this morning. I take advantage of the schedule feature on Schedule a Text Message because I was going through things and I'm like, man, I need to show Josh. I need to tell him this. But you know, it was like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm sending text messages, but not scheduling them to go out till 8 a.m. because
You need to teach me how to do that because I need to get on board with that.
And I'll tell you something else to go along with our store here. That's something we're started that we need your support in. We're starting up weekly jam sessions on Saturday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a little slow going to start with, but we're trying to get that atmosphere that we're describing to you, what we want. And we've had positive response, but I don't know if folks are just not getting enough coffee before 10 a.m.
I don't know. I mean, some of the folks may still be recovering from Friday night, but
I can remember those days.
but we're here bright and early, 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. So bring your acoustics. Hey, let's jam, let's sing, let's have a good time from 10 to 2 on Saturday morning. Our business hours during the week, we pretty much got a schedule that we're sticking to. It's 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, and then 10 to 4 on Saturday. And, you know, if you've got my number, you know, you can text me anytime, ask me any questions. I'm always willing and ready to open the store whenever I need to for customers. So we'd like to see you out here at Retrotone Guitars at 5427 Martha Berry Highway. And I think Bill just grabbed a card. We've got our phone number is
706-204-8011. So
We're
don't hesitate to reach out to us.
we're high tech rednecks now. We got an actual landline up in this joint. So
It's so new, I haven't even got the number memorized.
I don't either. I was telling people the wrong number the other day, and I was hoping they wouldn't call a 911 because I was telling them something different. But hey, come on out and see us. We're going to wrap this version of our podcast up. I knew it'd be a little bit of a short one. But tune in next time for Josh and Bill, and come see us out here at Retrotone Guitars at 5427 Martha Berry Highway. This is Josh, your friendly neighborhood guitar guy, and
This is Bill, the guy who backs up your friendly neighborhood guitar guy.
saying peace out and rock on. Y'all have a good one.
Have fun, guys.
Hey, this is Josh, your friendly neighborhood guitar guy, and
This is Bill, the guy who backs up your friendly neighborhood guitar guy.
we got to come up with you a better nickname, Bill.
Well, I wanted to this is an extra special.
Extra, read all about it.
Yeah, behind the scenes featurette.
Behind the scenes. Hey, we're going to talk about and remind you, Saturday, April the 10th is our grand opening of Retrotone Guitars. And what we plan to do is have some bands
And some food.
and a cornhole tournament.
And hopefully some antique cars.
So what we need, all that we have is missing is you. So, hey,
Man, that's
come
why
on.
we practice that.
I know, man. That was pretty good. So we need you to come out Saturday, April 10th from 12 o'clock till 8 o'clock and listen to local live music. Listen to sounds of cornhole beanbags being thrown. Listen to sounds. It's all about sounds. Sounds of muscle cars. Sounds of people smacking their food as they're eating their hot dogs. Come out here and, you could, buy a guitar or two while you're here as well.
Buy a guitar from us. Come in, check out the new store. We're located at 5427 Martha Berry Highway in beautiful Armurchie, Georgia. We're up here close to Highway 140. We're about, half a mile, maybe a quarter mile south of Highway 140.
Yep, and we're right here on Highway 27, right next to New Armurchie Baptist Church. If you have any problems finding us, check us out on the Googs, www.google.com, and just type in Retrotone Guitars. And
so when you're here, we're going to have plenty of guitars you're going to want to like. We do have layaway, and we do take debit cards and credit cards.
yes, and we also take Cash App and Venmo and PayPal as well. So we're pretty flexible. Hey, we're not going to stop you from giving us money.
Yeah, if you want a guitar, we'll find a way to get it to
And if you just want to give us money, we'll take your money.
you. Hey, I'm always up for that.
Always up for some free money. So
Cool. We're gonna check out here. Hopefully, and as a little surprise, you may actually see Josh and I on stage playing a little bit ourselves.
that's scary. Oh yeah, another thing that we almost forgot to mention, there are going to be door prizes and giveaways.
That's right.
So
Rumor has it, and I cannot confirm or deny it, but I've heard rumor that we may have a guitar or two to give away.
yeah, a little bird might have let that one go. But hey, come on out and see us, and we hope to see you there Saturday, April the 10th at 12 o'clock from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Just know we're going from noon to 8. We're going to have a good time. Y'all come on out.
Thank you. Have a great night.